Welcome back to Absolutely the Best Podcast, A Work in Progress. I'm Zach, and today I am George Michael-less, but I am joined by two incredible returning guests. First, from Nerds of Broadcast, making her fourth appearance, I believe, on this show, we have Miss Phoebe Stanton.
Hello.
Hello. And secondly, but not leastly, we have returning for his second appearance. You probably know him from the American Gangster episode. It's Mr. Robbie Sherman from Conversations with Robbie Sherman.
Hey-ho, returning champ. Same dog, new tricks.
Thank you both for taking the time to come back and help me out when my co-host bailed on me.
Don't worry. I bet Colby will show up by the end of the episode.
Oh, that would be interesting. I bet he doesn't, but maybe you can make that happen. We'll see what happens.
I can make that happen. Don't worry.
Into the ring.
This is Series 2, Episode 12, which is our MCU adjacent series, so there will be at least one tie-in to that franchise. Might as well get that tie-in out of the way right now. I picked Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii, as you can see by the name of the episode, because in the movie Eternals, over the opening credits, I believe it is, they play Pink Floyd's Time. And so I'm like, hey, Pink Floyd, it's MCU adjacent now. So that's what we're doing.
Is this really why we're doing this?
This is really why.
It's not an MCU movie is directed by this guy or anything.
Nope.
It is just Eternals has time in it.
That is correct. Yes.
Fuck it. Let's do Pink Floyd.
So, are we going to do Piper at the Gates of Dawn because Doctor Strange has that Interstellar Overdrive guitar riff in it?
Okay, great. I was actually going to ask you about that because I was like, there was other movie that Robbie mentioned that had some bit of a Pink Floyd song in it. So thank you for clearing that up.
And actually, you mentioned that, or somebody did, on the recording we did for American Gangster, and that's the only reason I knew about it.
Right, and that's why you're on the show, because you brought that up, and I was like, hey, why don't you just come on to this episode?
So we're doing Pink Floyd's The Wall next and getting completely stoned out of our minds, right?
It could be not next, but it could be in the future, sure. Maybe we'll have a separate series just for Pink Floyd.
I now need the MCU to have a single song by Oingo Boingo in it, so we can do Oingo Boingo's Farewell.
That might have happened. You just Google that and then let me know. But today we're talking Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii from September 2nd, 1972. We don't have a ranking system for Series 2, but after we discuss the movie, we will give our ratings for the film and whether or not we think it's absolutely one of the best movies. As a reminder, we assume the listener has seen the movie before, and there'll be spoilers. I don't know if you can really spoil anything here. It's a music movie. They play songs.
It's a thing.
It is a thing. I'm going to put links actually in the show notes. So what I had originally sent to you two is the original 1972 version. And then I was like, what happened to all this other stuff that I remember seeing? And there's a longer cut that came out in 1974. So I'll put a link in for that too. I did actually go back and watch that. So I have a few notes on what the differences are there. But overall, this is probably going to be a fairly quick episode, which was by design because, to be honest, I'm a little burned out on everything. Not so much the podcasting. I'm still having fun doing it, but I just don't have that much time. And it's just a busy part of my life right now. So
I do not blame you. I understand completely.
All right.
Hey, no issue from me, friend. I totally get it. You understood how long it took me to get our last episode.
That's right.
Out.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. But I appreciate you guys. So thank you for that. At this point, we usually do movie memories, but I figured maybe we can expand that a little bit into, what's your background in terms of Pink Floyd, things along that nature, anything tangentially related to watching this, how you became interested in the band, whatever. Would one of you guys like to go first, or do you want me to lead by example?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Well, I can't see
We're
you
two
guys.
people that don't have webcams. Yeah,
Just
perfect.
honor system.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I've listened to Pink Floyd on and off throughout my life because different radio stations will play things like Comfortably Numb,
Yep.
Wish You Were Here. Of course, every single radio station under the sun, no matter where you are in the world, will at some point play Another Brick in the Wall Part 2.
Yep.
But when it comes to the bigger scope of Pink Floyd, I do own Dark Side of the Moon digitally on iTunes because my uncle owned it and I ripped it, the CD, back when those were things.
What's
and
a
I have
CD?
seen, yeah, what is a CD?
I just bought a CD, actually.
Good.
Oh.
And then I have also seen Pink Floyd's The Wall, the rock opera, whatever you want to call it, while in a higher state of being, we will say, because I was told that is the only way you should watch that film. And I remember the majority of it, and I loved it.
I've only seen it once, and I was not in a higher state of mind, and I was just like, it's okay. But I could see how it would be better if you were altered.
But this is my first time with Live at Pompeii. But this is not my first time with concert films in general. But do we even call this a concert film? That's the fun thing that we're going to have to discuss throughout this episode.
That is a great question, yeah. Robbie, do you want to go next?
Sure. Yep. I've been a fairly decent Pink Floyd fan throughout my life, though I think at this point it's been a few years since I readily put on anything more than Barrett era Floyd. The Gilmore Rogers stuff. It's definitely got lots of highs and lots of great things you can point out about it, but I've been pretty burned out on these guys for a long time. I think by the end of my teens, I was kind of burned out, and I think that's part of the reason why I still kind of have a soft spot for the Barrett era material. I think I was even a bigger Barrett fan on the whole than I was Pink Floyd for a while, but I did listen to almost all their discography off and on from the time I was a teen into my early 20s, maybe late 20s occasionally. Wish You Were Here, I think might be my favorite of the Rogers albums, because something about it's like it's just the right mix of cynicism and tunefulness without taking too much time. Like, I think Roger Waters got a little up his own ass as the years went on. Yeah, and I think The Wall is a little overrated, though I think it does have a lot of benefits. I mean, it's all very well done recorded music. I won't deny it. It's certain amount of splendor it gets from being made by extremely seasoned musicians at that point. But yeah, I Wish You Were Here. It kind of felt like the right mix I wanted out of them. And I do think it's a rich tapestry of music, because they do have a thing about repeating themes here and there, like recycling themes here and there throughout their music. And, if you listen to so much of it, you kind of see how it evolves into what it does eventually. So I think I have a healthy enough enjoyment and appreciation of Pink Floyd, to be honest. I'm glad you asked me on here. It was really sick to get a lot of time with David Gilmour just straight up ripping. Like, this is before this band becomes a much more song oriented affair. Like, large portions of these songs are pure improvisation out of them.
Yeah.
And I've listened to several versions of these songs.
Yep.
So even though it's been a while, I still know that, like, this version of these songs is pretty definitive in its own right.
Well, I'm glad that I asked you to be on here too, because it seems like you're the expert among the three of us. Because my experience with Pink Floyd was a little bit more like Phoebe's at the start, where it was whatever was on the radio. And I actually remember my friend Scott, I would go sleep over at his house when we were in like late middle school, early high school, and raid his parents' liquor cabinet. And anytime that we were doing that, Comfortably Numb would come on the radio like 2 or 3 times a night. So it was a really popular song then. So that was kind of like we were like, oh, here's the song, we were always excited about that. And that was it. Like, that was all I really knew of Pink Floyd for a little bit. And then there was a young woman when I was a young man that I was pursuing at one point, and I knew that she wanted the Wish You Were Here album. I don't know, whatever version I got was a double disc, and it was like extra expensive because that's
Oh,
why I
okay. Maybe
remember it.
that's like a reissue then or something. Yeah.
Right. But like the only
Weird.
thing I really know of that album is the titular song. And my friend's band covered that song one time too, actually, in college. So that was cool.
Okay. Did they do a good job?
Let's say yes.
Wow.
Well,
I'm guessing you're still friends with them and
yeah, well,
you listen to the show.
out of respect for the dead, because one of them passed away a long time ago.
Oh.
Okay.
But it was pretty good. Actually, the real tragedy is, let's pile it on here. They invited a bartender who would become a friend of ours to play along. He played acoustic guitar on it. He also passed away more recently.
Oh.
So that sucks. But anyway, sorry. I'm bringing it. I have fond memories of these people, and I was actually on video, and I think I think we made a CD out of it too. I'll have to listen. I'm sure it was great. Anyways, and then I had a real weird hippie friend named Tom, and in college, and he was just one day was like walking around going like, "Be careful with that axe, Eugene." I said, "What are you talking about, dude?" And he's like, "It's Pink Floyd," I was like, "Okay, I don't know what you're talking about." And I think that sparked a conversation where we ended up watching this movie because of that. And we would also watch, what was the other thing we watched a lot was Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same. That's a really good concert movie if you want a good one. But anyways, I shortly after that, I ended up stealing a VHS copy from work because it had not once been checked out. I'm like, nobody's going to miss this. I worked at a video rental store. And then I'm pretty sure I have
What's
the
that?
DVD now. Yeah, exactly. What is a video rental store? Go ask your parents. Kids, go ask your parents what a video rental store is.
They still exist. Don't worry.
And similarly, like Phoebe said, I do have, in terms of other Pink Floyd stuff, I do have Dark Side of the Moon. I really do like that album quite a bit. And that was one I bought. I don't think it was because we did that stupid thing where you try to sync it with the Wizard of Oz and it kind of works.
I want to try that at some point.
Well, the problem is like the album is over and the movie still has like an hour to go. So you just get like, do you do it again? I don't know.
Oh,
But anyways, I think I bought it around then because we listened to it while watching the movie. And I was like, this is pretty good. So at some point I picked up Metal because I really like One of These Days.
Yeah. I think Metal actually might be my favorite of the Rogers era stuff. Like, it's right before Dark Side. It has a different tone. They have a lot of humor in it that reminds me of Barrett era stuff going on. I like Metal a lot.
Yeah, it's a good one. So in terms of credits for this movie, there's not a lot to discuss here. Pink Floyd stars in it, in the Pink Floyd movie. But,
crazy.
yeah, isn't that weird? They didn't hire people to play parts for them. It was a 4-day film shoot in Pompeii, the amphitheater there, directed by Adrian Mabin. I don't know anything else he did. He also directed the remaster of this and some other things that I wasn't familiar with. And then, of course, Pink Floyd themselves, you have Roger Waters doing guitar and vocals, Richard Wright doing guitar and keyboards, David Gilmour on guitar, bass, and vocals, and Nick Mason doing drums and other percussion, like this big gong, which comes in handy now and then.
Nick Mason steals the show.
I like him. He's an interesting dude. Well, the first thing, let's get into the main discussion. And like the first song is, first of all, I think that was the main discussion. Let's get into the movie. The first song is Echoes. They say Echoes Part 1 because it's on here twice. That's a song off of Metal from 1971. It's a long but good. I think it's like a 23-minute long song, right? The whole thing.
I didn't even realize it had ended. And that 17, I like checked the time thinking that only 10 minutes had passed.
Yeah.
And 17 had passed.
Yeah. But so it's these four dudes jamming out on like a dirt floor of some amphitheater in the middle of nowhere, and they got a handful of crew members. But the first thing I noticed, speaking of Nick Mason, was that at first he's doing he's gripping his drums, like this, where he's got I don't know what you call it, where one of them is held more traditionally. But then later on, he switches his grip on that for when he's like really jamming out. So I don't know if that's something that he did all the time, or was just like, hey, check it out, I'm doing it the old way, or something for a minute.
Well, I would imagine part of that is like tone control,
Right.
because okay, I've been watching these videos. I haven't had a lot of time to do anything with them, but I've been watching these videos about the Mahler technique, which is where like you train both hands to be properly in time, with themselves, and like it teaches you to kind of put the bare end of the drumstick in the palm, like really, and hold it down a little bit and kind
Mhm.
of shake it around. Like, so that, I bet that's part of what he's doing
Right.
to
Like you have
help him facilitate faster runs.
a grip with just your fingers, and it just kind of like your fingers almost like a pivot point,
Right.
to
Right.
kind of shake in your palm. Yeah.
Yeah. Our audience can think of it in a way like writing your name. Like you have a really quick signature, and you write it a certain way to
Mhm.
make it easier on yourself. Whereas, like, if you wanted to, you could slow down and you can make, more subtle strokes and things like that. But
I
you
like
don't
that.
have
That's a
time
good
to do that.
analogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I was hoping to find out, which I never did, was, but I'm assuming, were they all on a bunch of acid for this, right? Because they all had to be out of their minds.
I mean, weren't they
Okay.
always?
Exactly, right? So
Well,
I
I mean,
assumed.
yeah, I think they were all dealing with some type of extracurricular activity during this whole time, at least until the end of the wall. Yeah, I think part of the reason the wall's the way it is because of opioid usage.
What I'm hearing is that I should take more drugs.
I never said that.
Yeah,
What is that?
this is not medical advice.
No.
But you do what you feel like you need to do.
If you have a good time out there, people, it is by accident, and you should feel ashamed, and you should get right with Jesus.
One of the differences between the two different versions is in the theatrical version. So what we had watched initially anyways was the original version or whatever, but then the theatrical version is actually longer. So in that one, there's a bit of them like faffing about in the studio where they're working on Dark Side of the Moon. Parts of this are really cool. All of it is cool, but what I really liked was when they were messing around with the different analog synthesizers, and like I meant to look into what kind it was, but there's one where it looks like it's part of a briefcase, like it would just fold up and you take it with you. That one was cool. And then there's a lot of kind of like talking head interview style stuff where you just have certain band members talking about stuff. And so you get like a real good look at their faces. And man, David Gilmour, he looks like a composite of Shannon Hoon, Michael Pitt, and Nicholas Hoult. If you know who those three people are, which you
I know
probably
who
should.
Nicholas Hoult are.
Okay.
Or is.
Okay. Michael Pitt, he's what was he? He was in like Boardwalk Empire. Funny
Shannon
Games.
Hoon is that
Oh
blind melon
God,
Yeah.
funny
guy,
games.
right?
Yeah. And Shannon Hoon is the singer for or was the singer
Blind
for
Melon?
Blind Melon. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, okay. As soon as you said it, I was like, that's gotta be the singer for
yep.
that.
Yep. But man, he looks like all three of those guys to me.
Okay.
And then what I really remember most about this theatrical cut is these bits where they're in the studio and they're talking about what they're doing and stuff. Have you guys seen This Is Spinal Tap?
No.
Yes.
Oh my
I
God,
want
Phoebe, for Christ's sake.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck you want from me, okay?
I want you to have seen Spinal Tap because this has to be the inspiration for that. It is.
Okay.
Robbie, did you watch this theatrical version or no?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you didn't like see the comparison to
Honestly,
Spinal
I
Tap.
didn't have enough time to think about it because I watched that right before we got in here.
Okay, yeah. You like just go back and watch that. I think there's a part like 17 minutes or something like that. There's the
Okay.
first part where they're interviewing and they're talking about like what they're doing, with the
Yeah.
different instruments, and it is Spinal Tap. I mean, it's not funny like Spinal Tap is, but it's funny because you can tell that that's where they got the inspiration from. So that and they obviously got it from Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same too, because they have in that what's his name, Jimmy Page plays an electric guitar with a violin bow, and then in Spinal Tap
Yes.
he plays it with the violin.
I had a friend of mine who lent me the full concert recordings that they culled the song Remains the Same from, and it also had a restored cut along with the restored material from those concerts,
Oh,
a
nice.
lot added into it. And I took it all and I'm pretty damn sure I copied every bit of it onto VHS when I was in high school because I thought at some point I would play guitar to it, try to learn some licks. I don't think I ever did, but I remember very seriously thinking like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take this whole concert and just dissect Jimmy Page," and, I never did, and I don't feel bad about it. Jimmy Page is a terrible human being,
Oh,
and
is
I
he?
fucking hate him.
Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, I think you're right.
He
we,
does
we
I
don't need
mean,
to get into it, but
even by the standards of his day, I think
right.
so. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about Pink Floyd.
Right. Right. Steering us back on track. But that whole little bit of studio footage ends with them working on the song "On the Run," and that's got like the opening of that with all the weird synthesizer loops going. So that's pretty cool. But then the next song here is the title sounds super metal, but it's just kind of an okay song to me. But it's "Be Careful with That Axe, Eugene." That's a B-side from 1968, and it made its way into Ummagumma, I believe.
I find it really funny that this movie or that this song feels like it's all instrumentals. It's not. And the instrumentals are great. But if you asked me what the lyrics of this song are, I would just go, I don't know, he's whispering too low, and then he started cawing.
Well, he's just whispering, "Careful with that axe, Eugene."
Was that all he's
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It was so fucking low, I couldn't tell. I just heard,
yeah.
ah,
Well,
ah! I was like, what the fuck is going
it's kind of ASMR until the screaming starts, but yeah, but
That's part of the effect. Like, it's meant to implicate that someone is so afraid they can't do anything but whisper, and then the screaming comes in.
okay, I like that.
Guessing that's while the person's being chopped up because Eugene
Yeah,
was not careful with that
yeah,
axe.
yeah. Like that's I think that's where the crux of the joke is. Yeah, you play that very subtly. A lot of people complain about these guys not being able to sing, but I think they're very
Oh,
effective with the
they can sing
drama
when they
of their
want to,
voices.
yeah.
It sounds like they absolutely can sing. Listen to us. Oh god. So this is the thing: is that some of my favorite Pink Floyd songs in general are from Dark Side of the Moon, like Us and Them and Brain Damage / Eclipse are in my top 4, I would say, for Pink Floyd. And I got blue balled on both of them throughout the different little studio sections because you get like 30 seconds of the song, and then we're back to
Yeah.
the actual either live at Pompeii part or them eating breakfast with each other.
Right. Well, they weren't done making the album yet, so.
Now, the one song that comes on towards the end, that is Seamus from Metal, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
Mademoiselle Knobs
Good.
is
I have
I
Seamus.
was
more
for
to say on
certain of
that.
it with the dog. Yeah, but we can save that a little bit for later, but
Yes.
still.
But yeah, "Careful with That Axe, Eugene." This one's like a night performance, and it's a kind of cool song. I like what you said about it, though, Robbie. That makes me like it better because all the entirety of the thought that I had formed was just like it implies something sinister, but when you put it that way, it's like somebody's whispering out of fear and then screaming because it's gotten out of hand. I like that actually. That really bumps this song up for me.
It
Okay, good.
reminds me of the end of Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2.
Oh, I got to listen to that. I got to listen to more Dream Theater in general, actually.
Drink There's great.
That's what I've heard, and I can't tell you a song that I know by them, but I also can't be like, no, they suck. So I need to I need to listen. But the longer cut has, after this, it has Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, and then some studio footage of Brain Damage. Which again, man, when they're anytime they're in the studio, I'm just like, this is Spinal Tap. This has to be where they got it. And I tried to find where they did get the inspiration for that movie, but I couldn't find anything on it.
Those guys have been very coy about specificity when it comes to that movie.
Probably smart to keep it that way, but
to a degree, I think so.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then this longer cut, then it does Mademoiselle Knobs Echoes Part 2, and that's the end of that version. So it's basically a different order. I'll talk about more differences later as we get to those songs in the order that we were covering them in, which was the original cut. So next is A Saucer Full of Secrets for this original version. That's right after Be Careful with That Axe Eugene. That is the titular track off the album of the same name from 1968. This is a day shot, so I'm assuming it's the next day. Go ahead.
I was just going to say it blows the studio version out of the water.
Does it?
I don't know the studio version, so I will take your word for it.
At least my memory is telling me so. I haven't listened to the studio version.
Because it felt like two different songs were playing underneath the same title card, and the first half was way too disjointed. It felt like every person was playing an instrument for a completely different song. But then the second half happened, and wow, did they turn it around?
Yeah. So I liked it. I liked it's a noise jam at the beginning, and it does seem totally disjointed, but I kind of like it because of what it turns into. And this was one of the things I definitely remembered was David Gilmour just sitting in the dirt with his guitar and pedals and just like fucking with knobs and like putting the slide on the guitar strings and
metal
stuff.
slide on his finger and just with the other hand messing with the whammy bar,
I'm like, he was
messing with
out
the
of
volume.
his mind, right?
Look, okay, I've spent a lot of time playing slide guitar, and the number one thing I'm worried about when I'm playing it is noise. And the fact that David Gilmour is so confident to actually put his guitar down on the ground and like do these swooping big motions, with his slide, it projects a lot of confidence. And like a little concern for like extra noise and stuff. Like you could kind of hear it, but he covers up a lot of that with his delay, his Benson Coric. I think that's what he's using at this point. If I'm wrong, sue me.
Well, it's interesting that you talked about like the noise and stuff, because in one of the studio bits, Roger Waters is talking about basically sound quality. And I remember him saying something specifically about like, people complain about blah, 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 something sibilance. He's like, you wouldn't have any sibilance because of this. And he was just like going into great technical detail about sound quality. And so it's interesting that maybe when you're in the dirt and on acid, it doesn't matter so much.
Yeah.
or maybe he's like, whatever, I'm going to let David do his thing and I'm going to do my thing over here.
It's at the same time when they get interviewed and it's talking about how the synthesizer machine and everything, we couldn't make half of this music without it back in the day, but this, even though we couldn't make it this way, it's like, is the machine controlling us, or are we still controlling the machine?
Yeah.
Because this is what we're hearing in our head, and now we finally have the machines to actually put it out into the world.
That's so Spinal Tap. It's so Spinal Tap. But
you're really selling me on this is Spinal Tap.
You will know within 10 or 15 minutes if it's a movie for you or not. Because I tried to watch it with my wife, and like after like 10, 15 minutes, she's like, I don't get it. Why is this funny? I'm like, all right, we can just turn this off. I'll watch it myself later. But this song, starts off as a noise jam, turns into like a cool, mellower jam, but still in like a bit of a minor key. I really like it. But this is something, I don't know why I didn't notice this back in the day, because it was around the same time that I saw this movie. that there's another song that this reminds me of. So you guys know the movie The Crow, right?
Yes.
The soundtrack for The Crow has a song by For Love Not Lisa called Slip Slide Melting. And in the middle of that, they kind of slow it down. And it sounds almost exactly like this part of Saucer Full of Secrets. And if you guys will bear with me, I have some samples I can try to play that maybe you can hear.
Hell yes.
I'm here for
it.
Awesome.
So
now I'm glad I gave The Crow a second chance.
So first, let's go with Saucer Full of Secrets, the clip that I'm talking about. All right, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Sorry if that's super loud. I didn't know it was going to be that loud. And then I'll play Slip Slide Melting as it appears on the disc first. And then I've done something else to it. I'll play in a minute. Right? Sounds pretty.
Hey, Zach, can I ask a real quick question?
Sure.
When are you going to play that second file? You just played the same file twice.
Exactly. Well, almost, because it's pitched down half a note, because when you're a rock band you got to do E flat. So I'm going to do Saucer Full of Secrets again real quick, and then I'm going to play Slip Slide Melting pitched up a half a step. Okay, and here's pitched up.
Robbie, am I crazy? Did he play the same clip 4 separate times?
It's so exact, right? I don't know how I didn't, because I was watching this movie and listening to that soundtrack the same time. Like I remember, I have memories of living in this house in college, watching this movie there, listening to this soundtrack there, and I never put that together before. That's crazy though. Anyways, that was my big project yesterday. I was like, I got to see if I can put something together real quick, because this sounds exactly the same.
Cannot wait to see all the copyright claims you get on this episode.
That's one more reason I didn't want to play too much, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, YouTube won't keep it up, and I never get any listens on YouTube.
It will just be like, you cannot monetize this.
I'm not monetized anyway. Nobody's paying me to do this.
You will be monetized.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Robbie.
You can't stop the patrons.
So, again, a difference with the theatrical cut. After Careful with That Axe Eugene, in the theatrical, they showed the studio. Sorry, this was after Careful with That Axe Eugene. And then after this was a studio bit where they're working on Us and Them from Dark Side of the Moon. And then some of them working on Eclipse. Again, more kind of Spinal Tappy stuff with Nick Mason talking about wanting pie with no crust. I couldn't tell if he might have been joking, but I don't know. It was making me laugh.
You don't even know how hard I laughed at that, because look, I was going around Walmart, and all of a sudden I'm in front of where the pie is, and he just starts talking about that, and I can't help but laugh this stupid loud guffaw, and everyone looks at me.
The next song is I love the next song, and it's the primary reason that I bought metal. It's from 1971, and it's called One of These Days. And
fucking fantastic.
It's great, right? Again, I think this is the one where my hippie friend Tom turned me on to this song just because of he was like, one of these days I'm going to cut you into little pieces, which is weird though, because he hates like any kind of violence. He hates like metal, not the album metal, but like metal, metal music, which this kind of borders on. But it's this dark and heavy song. There's exactly one lyric, and it goes, "One of these days I'm going to cut you into little pieces," and like a demonic Grover voice. And it's an incredible song that I love. Yeah. There's another Night Shoot one too.
I think it might be one of the heaviest moments of David Gilmour's career because the fudge tone he has going on with this thing, just absolutely incredible. Man, he's ripping it the whole concert, like,
Yeah.
I'm so yeah, it I think he's been a like, look, okay, he's made a lot of money, and Pink Floyd is a very famous band, but sometimes I think people kind of estimate him as one of the people who was not only one of the great '70s guitar players, but came out of the '60s scenes and, like, experienced a lot through the '60s that he carried into the '70s.
Yeah. Totally. One of the other things I really appreciated about this was at the beginning of the song where it's just the bass coming in, it's like the way that the picture is kind of pieced in square by square, and I think it's Nick Mason playing drums, right? That it kind of
Yeah.
pieces in on. That was cool. And then like when they get to the part where there's the one lyric and it's got the super trippy bass, the video kind of gets choppy for a minute. It's like this low frame rate thing. That was a cool effect. I like that. Like very simple, but it works.
I remember the low frame rate bit, and I was enjoying that, but I didn't know if that was part of the video or if that was, like, YouTube acting up.
Yeah, a bad transfer
Kinda
or
like
something.
how I remember at one point, the video just kinda stops, and then it continues after a little bit, but knowing Pink Floyd, that could be either way,
I,
either a YouTube glitch or an actual Pink Floyd thing.
I think it was purposeful. I don't think it was a glitch, but
Yeah, because
I'm
like,
pretty sure I had the same thought, like, "Hmm, is YouTube screwing around? Something going on with the Wi-Fi?"
because what we didn't talk about during, like, Echoes Part 1 is a lot of the actual video footage during Echoes Part 1 is this, like, slow pan of all of the instruments, the subwoofers, every bit of tech that they brought to the Pompeii amphitheater. Um, and it also does this major like, drone zoom in
Mhm.
onto the band, even though there is, in that shot, a more up close cameraman on a normal, like, doily camera or whatever, which is reflected in Echoes Part 2 at the end of the movie,
Right.
where it
Yeah.
does this, like, pull out. And I thought it was very interesting because it felt a lot like l live at it's called Live at Pompeii, but there's, like, nobody else there. It's called a concert film, but it's less of a concert because there are no fans there. There's nobody, like, cheering or anything. It's just like a little private jam session. But I feel like that gives the movie, the name of it, a secondary meaning. Like, we are bringing life back
Hmm.
to Pompeii and bringing music back to this barren area.
So you think it might be Live at Pompeii?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, they were there for 4 days. They were living there, so maybe it is Live at Pompeii. We've had that wrong this whole time.
That's the kind of life I dreamed about leading at one time, you know?
Well, yeah, in my 20s, that would have been awesome. Now I'm too
Yeah,
old.
Yeah, man,
yeah, I
it's
I
mean,
gotta
live
sleep
at
in a
Pompeii,
bed.
not live at Pompeii. Anybody else wanna hit?
Me, I do.
I'm 33, I can't think about sleeping on the ground anymore. Oh,
I
man.
would not be able to get up in the morning. I can barely get out of bed.
I was gonna say, God, the last time I slept on the ground was, like, at 25 or so.
Wow.
No, that's a lie, sorry. A couple of years ago.
You don't have to
It was a
impress
long
us,
weekend.
Phoebe, it's okay.
A long week, yeah.
So, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun off of A Saucer Full of Secrets from 1968 is the next song. There's a lot of cymbals and gongs going on at first. It doesn't really do anything for me.
No, my only note was to just take the whispers out.
Yeah,
If you took the whispers out, I'd love this song more.
it would definitely improve it. I don't know if I would love it, but it's a very long song. It's okay, but that's about all I have on that one.
I like it, but I do think they take a little too much time with the cymbals and stuff, but, I mean, it's still a decent Pink Floyd, song being played by Primera Pink Floyd.
And then after that, they slow things down a lot and they change it up with Mademoiselle Knobs.
What the fuck was this?
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. Because
that was my only note, was just in all lowercase. What?
Yeah. So it's the most standard blues progression song with a dog singing and, singing, quote unquote. It is, I think Robbie mentioned this before, it is actually the song Seamus off of Metal. And that was called Seamus because they have a dog singing on it, and the dog's name was Seamus. I don't know if that dog died or wasn't available or what, but for this, they had a different dog, and the dog's name was Mademoiselle Knobs.
They couldn't get the other dog's fucking agent to call back.
We gotta bring in the scent dog.
Yeah.
So for the live album.
I don't know. I didn't care for this one bit. It's so by the book, regular ass simple blues. To be fair, they are white dudes from England, so like how much soul can they really have? But it goes on way too long. I find the dog singing to be annoying. And it also looks like the dog's in distress. Like it looks like the guy's holding him down at one point. So I don't know. This whole song you could skip, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was the weakest part, in all honesty.
It is definitely weak, but every time it popped on when I was walking around doing stuff, maybe driving. I mean, I listened to this 3 or 4 times to prepare.
Nice.
It just made me laugh so much. Like,
If it
the
had been
fact that
shorter,
this popped up.
If it had been shorter, I would have been fine. Like they cut it down to like a minute and a half to 2 minutes tops, sure. But it just, oh man, it just kept going. And it's like, or if it had been like a more complicated blues song,
Yeah,
that that would have been something, and then the dog singing would have been tolerable. But it was just like
No, take the
basic
dog
bitch
out.
blues chord progression. It was not like I can play that, and I am not good. So the last song is Echoes Part 2, still off of Metal, which I think we've mentioned. It's not normally a 2-part song. It's just one long 23-minute long track. They've just split it up for this. David Gilmour makes his guitar do some whale mating calls for a while. This was probably better high. I was not, but
no, I still liked it.
Yeah, well, it gets good, but like the beginning part of it drags a little bit. But
that's a pretty famous effect if it's the one I'm thinking of, where he inputs his guitar backwards. So that way, when he uses his wah, it creates that very particular siren like whale call.
what do you mean he inputs it backwards?
Okay, so on like a wah wah pedal, you have one way of like you'll have your guitar input on the right, and
Okay,
then you'll have the input going from the wah wah into the amp on the left.
right.
So he'll take that and switch it around, so
Oh,
that way those inputs are different, and for whatever reason, it creates this, odd, it reverse sound, and that's not even the way to describe it. Basically, it messes with the tonal range of the wah-wah pedal, and when you mess around with it, it goes into these ultra high sharp harmonics, and then the very lowest of lows, what most would consider unusable.
that's interesting because I just think about pedals being this little brick of circuitry, but certainly the older wah pedals, I mean, they probably don't. It doesn't have any power input. It's probably just an analog circuit, and you probably could run it either direction. I got to look into that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I own a Dunlop replica Jimi Hendrix wah, which is wired to be like the actual wah he used at one point, and those were modified by a guy named Roger Mayer. Anyways, the way they work with actual analog pedals is very specific, and you can't get the same effect usually with most digital equipment. I specifically bought a little amplifier that is called a Pulse Mini, and the reason why I bought it is because it's a digital amplifier that is specifically developed to be capable of working with analog pedals.
That's cool. I'm a little jealous that you have that stuff.
Oh, I promise I don't have anything else interesting in my life. So if
Well,
anything, I'm the one jealous of you, good sir, with your fancy marriage.
it is. I did upgrade to the fancier marriage, so that's fair.
My God.
So that's basically it for the movie. Normally we would do changes we'd like to have seen. I guess we could still do that. I wouldn't have minded if there was some cum in this movie. We never.
Like android blood or
Yeah.
actual cum?
I'll take it either way. Whatever.
Fair enough.
but seriously, I would get rid of Mademoiselle Knobs. I cannot deal with that song. Everything else, even the stuff I might have complained about, it's all at the very least good. But yeah, Mademoiselle Knobs can fuck right off. I don't need that song. Anything else you guys would do different?
I would redesignate this because I don't feel like it's a concert film.
Oh yeah, we never had that discussion. That's
Like, well, I mean, I kind of brought it up.
yeah.
A concert film feels like there has to be an audience, and you're recording it live from a concert. But
Well,
like no tickets. I would consider this just like a musical art piece.
Mhm. What if you were putting on a show and almost nobody showed up though? Is that not a concert still?
I would call that a failure of my life.
See, I think everybody that they invited showed up, so it was a raging success for them.
I guess it was a concert for all the ghosts and ash of the people who
But
used to live in Pompeii.
does it count as a concert if everybody who shows up is getting paid?
Yeah, that's fair. Like, yeah,
That's an even more interesting
Yeah.
question.
I mean, I don't know if I would have. I definitely wouldn't be like, you got to watch this concert film live in Pompeii. I think I would describe it as a live music performance.
Yeah,
And there's other bands that do that in the studio and release that as an album.
it's an
So,
art piece.
yeah. Okay, fine. It's an art piece.
I really do want a live audience there for this. I would love to be able to see people reacting to this happening. Maybe that would help because
Yeah,
it creates like a hollowing effect for the performance, right? Like it creates a certain amount of staginess. And I even think this is one of the more interesting Pink Floyd filmed performances for me, but even then, I kind of recognize why other people might be like, "Well, they're not playing to anybody, there's no stakes to it. They just came and set up in this very, very ancient, like, place almost, it's almost like they're copying cred easily by making a nice little studio recording in somebody else's cultural hub."
Mm-hmm. My view on it is more that they're like just super hippies and they're like, oh, we'll channel the energy of this place.
yeah,
And
that's live at Pompeii.
that's right. There you go. There it is.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just my definition of concert film is a bit different. Because, like, to me, a concert film should be that there's like a live audience and stuff there because that way, when you cheer on with the music, you feel like you're part of the crowd, even though you were not there.
I'm going to look right now and see what Wikipedia says the genre is. It
It says it's
doesn't.
a concert film.
Yeah, it does say concert film. Interesting. And then if you hover over concert film, it shows Taylor Swift.
Are you
Boy,
fucking kidding me?
I'm not-
that makes me so happy. Taylor Swift doesn't have enough advertising.
No. Who?
Yeah. Whoa.
So let's move on to rating. This movie does have a Rotten Tomatoes score.
Oh,
It has 14 ratings from the critics, 100%.
100.
14, yep.
That sounds
And
right.
and with the audience, it's 96% with an average score of 4.6 out of 5. And again, other than Mademoiselle Knobs, that's why it's not a perfect movie for me. I think those are reasonable scores. Did not say concert film, and I find it interesting to watch as well as to listen to. I think it's interesting, Robbie, that you just listened a few times while going about your day. I don't know if I've ever just listened to this, but it is an interesting watch. So for me, I would say that this is an A tier movie, and I would give it an 8.7 out of 10 hits of acid is what I'm going to use for the units. Where would you guys rank this?
I'm gonna put it in. I don't know if I want to put this in the A tier or the B tier. Because again, I wish it was a little bit more energetic, but I do understand what Pink Floyd is going for in this.
Mm-hmm.
So, as like a Pink Floyd art film, it's an A tier.
Okay.
Except for, fucking
Right.
Mademoiselle Knobs.
I mean,
what the hell?
I guess that's art.
Sure, maybe. I'll give it like 8 Bond rips out of 10.
And Robbie, what about you?
Okay. So I think it's great if you're a Pink Floyd fan for a lot of reasons. You get to see them interpret some classic Pink Floyd material, some of it being a little on the more obscure end, and that helps enrich it. I mean, I guess if you're a casual Pink Floyd fan, this will seem like a bunch of noise at times because they're by the time they get past this stage, they're much more tuneful, and they have a much more scripted show that is less reliant on this type of jamming specifically. But I think the time I went through it to watch it was good, and I think it looks really nice. If you're not, I mean, it's very odd not to have an audience there for this sort of thing, but I kind of get to some degree. It's about getting atmosphere into your playing, and I think they pick material that justifies the acoustics of the hall and what have you. So I think that helps a lot. I think it's a good 8.5. I mean, Mademoiselle Knobs is a funny title and it makes me laugh. But it does feel like the silliest thing here, and I'm not for sure what compelled them to put that in there over other material they could have done. So yeah, slightly imperfect, but maybe one of the better Pink Floyd live documents, even if you don't want to count it as a live document because it doesn't have an audience.
Well, I think Phoebe's argument is that, and don't let me put words in your mouth, Phoebe, but I think you're saying it's not a concert film. It is a live performance, but not a concert.
Yeah, please mansplain for me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that is what I'm saying, though.
But I
don't consider it a concert film because
though.
a concert film really does feel like it's supposed to be more energetic, that you have an audience there. So that way, when you watch it, you feel like you're part of that audience. But it's just the band and like their tech people jamming out. It's a jam session caught on film. I wouldn't call that a concert.
Right. I agree with that. Okay, so last is, would you recommend it? I say absolutely.
Yeah, I'll always recommend Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I would recommend this to a good deal of people. People who like music in general, people who like Pink Floyd. Yeah.
We're not heartless. We're not Colby.
Would you recommend this to Colby is the question.
Hold on. Do you want me to call him in here real quick?
No, do not. I actually did not have time to put together a full quiz. Sorry to disappoint you.
Oh, no.
But I do have a 1-question quiz. So whoever thinks they have the answer, just
like I said,
up.
I can call Colby in real quick. Got him on speed dial.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
What are you guys talking about?
So here's the one.
Pink Floyd. I like music like Nickelback and Rebecca Black. I'm Colby. UHF sucks.
Oh, man. He probably will listen to this. He might actually listen to this.
Good.
I said nothing but good things
That's
about
right.
Colby.
I did this absolutely F-tier Colby impression, and my phone goes off, and I'm like, fuck! Did he just message me? How did he know?
That would have been funny. So the one question quiz: do either of you know where the band picked the name Pink Floyd from?
God, no. I know, like, the backstory to Led Zeppelin, but not Pink Floyd.
I think I know part of this, but
Okay.
it's been a minute since I thought about it. It's a combination of 2 names, and the Pink part comes from a blues musician, Pink Anderson, I believe it is, or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
The Floyd, I think, is somebody's dog, maybe.
It's
Maybe
another
I'm wrong.
blues musician, Floyd
Okay.
Council.
They're
Floyd
not a blues
Council.
band!
Well, did you listen to Mademoiselle Knobs?
Okay, I sadly had to, yes.
So it was Sid Barrett was the one who named the band because those were
Yeah.
like 2 of his favorite musicians, and that So I thought that was interesting. That was cool. I figured you might know that, Robbie. So
And they did actually play blues, like, early on when they were just barely together at all as a band and just playing in people's houses for little parties and stuff like that.
I think everybody does when they start, right?
Yeah, but, I just like the idea that this, like, world-changing band on so many levels is just basically starting out as a little, like, shitty teen band going over to people's parties and playing for probably social clout more than anything.
Yeah, could you imagine if like you had seen them at like I don't know, like your friend's 21st birthday party? Is that right? I guess he'd be a lot
Uh,
older, but
who's that guy playing guitar? Oh, that's Sid. He's a weird guy, but we like him.
he's a weird guy. Yeah.
I say that with love, people, I promise.
No, absolutely. Weird is good. My kids are is like, oh, I'm weird. I'm like, that's great. I'm glad that you're weird. I would rather you be weird than boring and regular.
You know what? Let your freak flag fly.
100%. 100%. I'm like, I'm weird too. It's fine. That's it for Pink Floyd Live at Pompeii. I will drop a separate conversation that I had with George here, where I guessed at his hints for his next adjacent pick. Sorry that you missed a great episode on Pink Floyd, George.
I know.
But
I'm sorry, man.
hopefully you're enjoying your vacation. And
I will be.
now we have the time in the show where you give me some clues to guess what the next adjacent movie is. Now, I haven't been informed if it's MCU or AVPCU adjacent. I don't know if you want to tell me that right off the bat or what.
MCU adjacent.
Okay, I kind of figured it would be, but
yeah. So I am having a hard time narrowing it down because I have 3 really good movies that I really like. So how about you help me narrow it down? Should we go with the movie that has the most MCU adjacency?
That's going to be hard to top. We've done.
No, not the. I mean, of the 3 that I picked.
I got you.
Yeah. Should we go with the one with the most, the largest number of MCU adjacency-ness?
That's a word. Yep.
Or should we go by genre? One is very sci-fi, rooted in sci-fi.
Okay, that could be. Could be good.
Yes.
Could be good. Could be Pacific Rim.
One is sports. One is sports related, and the other one is drug cartel, modern warfare-ish type of.
Okay. I'm gonna pick by genre.
If you can get all 3, I will be pretty amazed. I guess.
I'll go with genre because like sports, I'm like, ew, I don't know. I don't really like sports movies, but like, something like Moneyball was technically a sports movie, but it's a good movie, right?
Yeah.
And then what was the sci-fi? I'm worried that it's Pacific Rim, but also I'd be fine with that because I'll just finally get it out of my system.
I'm so tempted to. That's definitely on the radar just to piss you off.
And what was the third genre?
Drug cartel, modern warfare type-ish.
We just did American Gangster, which was good, but I feel like we should do something different. But that could be like since you said modern warfare, that could be like Sicario, right?
That's actually the exact movie that I was thinking, that I was leaning towards.
Okay. Since I guessed that one, should we just do that one, or should I try to guess the other two?
You can guess the other two.
The sports one, that's MCU.
The sci-fi one has Zoe Saldana, but it is not Avatar, because I will.
Oh my God!
I do not want to kill my. I do not want to put myself through 4 hours of.
Oh wait, what else was she in that was sci-fi as not Avatar? Because all I can think of is like Colombiana, which is not
great in
sci-fi.
Yes,
but okay. And can you give me somebody from the sports one?
Michael B. Jordan.
Ooh, I don't know.
Have you watched Sicario?
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, okay. I like it. So
yeah.
I guess that's another one where like, I don't know, should we not do that because we both like it? But it is a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay. I guess let's just go with that one, and then you can save the other ones, and I'll noodle on it. And everybody listening to this will be super mad because
I kind of want you to guess the other two.
Okay. The other ones. All right. So
it's not that the sci-fi one. I'm surprised you're not getting like right away.
I feel like it's should be obvious, and I can't come up with it. Can you give me another clue on that one?
Chris Pine.
Oh, it's one of the Star Treks.
Yeah.
Which one though?
I was gonna go with the original. That's my favorite.
Okay,
the original.
That is the best one. That is the best one of the new ones. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one too. And then a sports movie.
Well, actually, you know what? That's what do you call it? Chris Hemsworth is also in there for a
That's
hot
right.
minute.
That's right. He's Tiberius.
It's 2 versus 2. Yeah. So the last one, the sports-oriented one, has Michael B. Jordan and 2 other MCU characters.
Okay, what's a Michael B. Jordan sports movie? Oh, is it the one with shoot, what's the guy's name? The Black Panther guy who died, Black Panther actor who died.
Chadwick Boseman?
Yeah. I suppose you would have said him though, because the one I'm thinking of, he's the star. I forget the name of that movie. He's like a baseball player or something.
Baseball player?
I know it is sports. It's Creed.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to watch
Tessa Thompson and with Tessa Thompson and Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
So that one had
if you really want to torture me, pick that one. but I would prefer either of the other two. I feel like Star Trek is most fitting for the show, and we could probably even find a guest for that. But I was
tempted to do Star Trek because I wanted to see how much if there was any like scientific inaccuracies that would like chew at you after watching it.
The thing that stands out in my mind most is the amount of lens flares in that movie, and I'm going to recycle, modify, and kind of recycle somebody else's joke. I forget who it was, but like J.J. Abrams must have been molested by a lens flare as a child. Somebody said a joke like that about like what's his name, Michael Bay and explosions. Oh. Okay, yeah. So you want to do Star Trek? Should we do that one?
Let's do Star Trek.
All right,
that'll be it.
Then the next one will be Star Trek from whenever that was.
I forget the year,
but the first remake. So, all right.
I'm glad you like Sicario too. I was worried that you weren't into the military style type ops.
No, that's a good movie. And the sequel was pretty good too. I forget what that one was called.
Yeah,
but,
Dia de los Soldados or something.
I don't know. It wasn't Sicario 2.
Yeah, it was not Sicario 2. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Well, thanks. Enjoy your vacation. Go back to the beach.
All right. Bye. All right.
Pesta poi mahalo.
Will do.
All right.
See you, Ben.
See ya.
Bye.
So you're going to look for that in a couple episodes, most likely. But next up, George and I will be doing a part 2 of our MCU TV show Quick Takes, where we just kind of go through which ones we had seen and, real quick, basically whether or not you liked it and whether or not you'd recommend it. Maybe a couple of bullet points here and there on what was good about it or not. So, Phoebe, where else can the good people find you and the bad people?
Oh, God, the good people and the bad people and the naughty people, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can find me over on Twitter and Blue Sky as the LP Princess, on YouTube and Twitch as the Let's Play Princess, whereas of the filming of this concert podcast, I am streaming Deltarune Chapter 5. And you can find me as one of the co-hosts of the podcast Nerds a Broadcast, a show that I do with my friend Teacher Bloke 85.
He's a good guy. I like that Teacher Bloke 85. Robbie, what about you?
Hello. Yeah, you can find me on Spotify and Apple. Just put out a new episode of the podcast featuring a one Zach Boo Spanks. And now that's over the Clayface episodes, Feet of Clay, Batman the Animated Series. I hope you'll check it out. We're also putting stuff up on the Internet Archive, so you can always go down there and download things if there's ever an issue with Spotify or Apple. Thank you so much for joining me Thank you so much for letting me be a part of the show. Phoebe, I can't wait to release our episode on Gunsmith Cats. That was
Oh,
so
I was
much
going to say,
fun.
yeah, when is our episode on sword-wielding doggos coming out?
Might be just a little bit, but it's going to be coming out hopefully within a month or two.
Well, thank you both for joining me today. I really appreciate it. This has turned out pretty much as good. Like, basically, I thought it was going to turn out pretty good, even though there's not a lot to talk about, and I think I was right.
I think we tripled the length that I was expecting, to be honest.
But
Don't worry, I sprinkled some bullshit in there. It got good. Don't worry.
I'll put links to everything that you guys just said, essentially, into the show notes to make it easy for people to find. And you can also find me on Games When Mom Found, various episodes of that, where you can also find Robbie and Phoebe as well. And I've also been co-hosting the Retro Game Club lately. And I also email Phoebe's show quite a bit. And of course, as Robbie said, his most recent episode has me on it. And that came out great. I listened to that. It had been a while since we had recorded it. I was like, oh, this is really good. So if you want to contact us, you can email us at absolutelythebestpodcast@gmail.com. You can join our Discord. There's a link in the show notes where we also have some links there to our socials and a couple of ways that you could help support the show. Please leave us a review and help us spread the word. Tell your friends. Tell Eugene to be careful with that axe. And one of these days, I'm going to cut you into little pieces. Thank you for listening and have a great day.
Bye. I knew somebody was going to go for the goddamn dog sound.
Absolutely the Best Podcast is a production of Audio Johnny, a subsidy of Corporation Johnny. Corporation Johnny. If it exists, we own it.
Are you there? If you're there, I don't hear you. I don't know if that's... Wait, it might be me. Hold on. It's me. Fuck. It's me. Hello? Hello. Is it still me? What in the fuck? No, yeah. Why is that? Should be working. Okay. Right. Okay. For some reason, ew, that's weird. I heard something.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes, my daughter.
You fucking smartass.
Let me see. What was I doing? I was getting my backup going. What's happening?
Oh, not too much.
Merry 4th of July.
Yeah, sure. Something like that.
Don't really feel like celebrating for some reason.
No, not at all.
So, have you seen Obsession yet?
No, I want to, but
I need somebody to talk to about it.
dude, I'm gonna that and Project Hail Mary. I'm waiting to
Project Hail Mary is really, so both excellent movies, both totally different movies.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I just we go to the movie theater so little that I'm just falling behind.
I think they're both available streaming now, but I ended up just buying Obsession for 20, like it was like $20, but I was like, man, I would have spent that easily if I had gone to the theater, and I was dying to see it. I just did not get a chance, and I kind of wish I'd seen it in the theater, but also kind of glad that I didn't, because it's intense. It is intense.
I didn't figure the person that I live with would want to see Obsession, and then they kept hearing good things, and then it was the stage select listening to Julian, and he straight up said, it feels like an episode of Tales from the Crypt. And I'm like, fuck, I should have saw this in theaters.
I mean, it's very much, the monkey paw, but you knew that from the trailers. So,
like, I've never seen Tales from the Crypt. My roommate fucking loves Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah,
so I was like, God damn it.
I remember staying up late to watch that and then being afraid to go to bed.
The only thing from Tales of the Crypt I cared to ever watch was Demon Knight, and then I finally watched Demon Knight like 2 years ago and went, oh fuck, it was worth the 2 decades of waiting. That was perfect.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's the one with
Billy Zane.
Yes, Billy Zane. Because there's another one, Bordello of Blood.
There's like 3 of them.
Is there a third one? I don't know the third one.
Yeah, it's Ritual. I think it's got Tim Curry in it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I might check it out. Because Bordello of Blood is okay, but it's that was like one of the 3 movies that Dennis Miller was in back before he was a total asshole.
Ritual, starring Tim Curry, Jennifer Grey, and Craig Sheffer.
Wow.
Who plays Cabal in Nightbreed, which I just bought recently, so that works out perfectly for me.
That's a good movie if I recall correctly as well.
Nightbreed?
Yeah.
You like movies?
Some. I've just named a few. What was the thing we were just talking about that there was a third one? Oh,
Ritual, Bordello Blood.
Tales from the Crypt.
Demon Knight.
Ritual? All right, I'm going to look into that.
It is the quote-unquote third of the Tales of the Crypt movies. But it is also technically a remake of the 1943 film I Walked with a Zombie.
Oh, interesting. I have not seen that, but I've heard of it.
It was not produced as a Tales from the Crypt film, but subsequent home video releases added a Crypt Keeper intro to the film.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, sure.
So they just post-mortem made it a Tales from the Crypt film and gave the Crypt Keeper dreadlocks because it's based in Jamaica and they're called deadlocks. Oh my God, it's so good.
That seems racist.
What else has this guy directed? Nothing I've ever heard of. Fantastic.
Well, I will make an effort to watch it at some point.
Who wrote the screenplay? The person who directed the first Fast and the Furious and Triple X.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Expectations lowering.
It has a 4.8 on IMDb. But go in with your own feelings. Out of 5 or
out of 10?
I mean, Wishmaster's god-awful. God, I fucking love Wishmaster.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, I'll watch these Phantasm movies that are behind me.
Have you not seen any of those?
Dude, there's 3 giant stacks of Blu-rays and DVDs behind me that I need to watch. No, I've never seen Phantasm. I'm also looking at Together, Black Phone 1 and 2, Shin Godzilla, Godzilla -1, Falling Down, the newest Running Man, Predator Badlands.
Good movie.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Don't know it.
It's a movie came out like 2 years ago by Zelda Williams is the director, and it's somehow in the Jennifer's Body universe. I don't fucking know.
That's an okay movie.
Should watch Jennifer's Body at some point,
What
too.
we were talking about, the Phantasm movies. Yeah, I saw them as a kid. I haven't seen them recently, but I remember liking them. I think the second one has a different actor in like the younger person role. I can't remember
Reggie or whatever.
Yeah, Reggie.
I know it's the brothers.
And it's the guy who plays Roach in oh my god, one of my favorite movies, drawing a blank, Point Break.
I should watch Point Break at some point.
Oh, you haven't seen that? That's a fucking great movie.
Dude, I know.
Fucking
I'm sending
one of
you
my
the
favorites.
picture of the DVDs right now. Hold on. These are all the movies that I have not technically watched, because some of them I have watched, but I bought them going, oh, I'll show other people these movies, like The Princess Bride.
Great movie. One of my favorites.
It's a perfect film.
Yep. Totally.
That is the Insane Piles on Discord.
Take a look.
Where the fuck is Robbie?
Yeah, I'm starting to get a pile myself of stuff, but it's mostly stuff that I already own or I've already seen, but I wanted like physical, so it's just
No, I just got like 3 more in the mail a couple weeks ago, and it was The Max, the animated MTV series. So I watched that yesterday and was like, yep, that was exactly what I wanted it to be. Tried showing somebody Kung Pao Enter the Fist earlier, and it was so clear how much of a third-party website I bought it from. Ken's little... You've probably been on episodes with Ken.
Yeah.
He's talked about Sloppy Second sales a few times, so I've been buying stuff from them, and then it was like Kung Pao Enter the Fist, and in the bottom right corner is the IFC channel thumb mark.
Oh my god.
And it's trying to give me ads for Comedy Bang Bang, and I went, is this Blu-ray just a straight up TV rip? Yes, it was.
That's funny.
But they cut out all the commercials.
Wow. They couldn't have even done a DVD rip, huh? Wow.
It was great. And then the other one I bought was the Cabal director's cut of Nightbreed. We'll see how that one runs.
I think I only saw the theatrical version, but
it's like 3 hours long.
I don't know.
You say that, but I have a movie that I want to watch at some point that's 4.5 hours, and see how up that goes.
Kill Bill, the complete
No, it's
cut
a
or whatever?
single movie in an anthology series called... It's so fun saying this. Castration Movie Anthology Part 1 Traps. It's 4.5 hours long. Its sequel is 5 hours long.
Well, I can only imagine that they couldn't have possibly cut out anything and still had the movie make any sense.
I don't know. And it's like buy it digitally on Gumroad for $5 and you get all future movies. And it's like, I kind of want a physical release. And Criterion Collection has a physical release for $45. And I went, what the fuck?
Wow. $45. That's a lot.
Dude, Criterion, everything's so expensive.
So what do I have? I have The Thing Expanded, which I did already watch.
Ooh, 58, 82, or 2010.
This is the 5.5 hour 2026, I guess technically 2025 documentary about making the thing. If you I can share that with you.
I would first have to watch The Thing.
Holy shit, Phoebe.
Dude, the John Carpenter movies I have seen are not the ones you would expect.
Okay, yeah. You need to watch The Thing.
I know.
For sure.
Hey, I've seen Halloween. I've seen In the Mouth of Madness, which is still my favorite one. Big Trouble in Little China. Fantastic. Ghost of Mars. Dog shit.
What about the Obey one? I can't think of the name of it.
The Obey one.
Where the people are aliens. You wear the glasses.
They Live? I fucking love They Live.
That's not your favorite one if you haven't seen The Thing? That one's great.
It's probably because I'm such a big Stephen King fan and Lovecraft fan that it just goes straight to In the Mouth of Madness. Plus, Sam Neill is perfect in that film.
I mean, that
But
movie
They
did
Live
freak me out.
is like a close second on top of Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, I love that movie too. Big Trouble in Little China is great. Were you on the Games My Mom Found for that? I think it was.
Sadly.
I know Bill was. I forget who the other person was. Hey, Robbie, what's happening? Are you there?
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Let me see. I hear like background noise, but that might be Phoebe.
Hello.
Robbie, yes. Hey.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Party time now. All right. How are you
the
today,
world's shortest
Phoebe?
episode of absolutely the best
Zachariah.
podcast.
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm okay. Sorry about being late. I appreciate
that's okay.
you all.
Cat issues, I get it.
Little bastard. I love him.
Hey, those are my people you're talking about, racist.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm the worst person to say sorry because I can't quit laughing whenever I'm trying to say sorry. I mean, I'm just terrible with relationships because if something funny goes down and it pisses someone off, then I just can't quit laughing. It's a double-edged sword.
Well, you should be able to laugh at yourself. So.
Yeah. I mean, I laugh at myself all the time. I think the problem is I also laugh at other people more than I should.
Well, I guess that's what I mean. The other people should be able to laugh at themselves. Because, I don't know, whenever something embarrassing happens, I kind of appreciate it if somebody's around to witness it, because at least they get a laugh out of it and it wasn't a total waste.
Yeah. If I had the sheer audacity, I would be like an old style slapstick comedy star, just like doing really ridiculous routine, like falling down flights of stairs and stuff.
Fucking Charlie Chaplin over here.
I don't think that's good on your body.
No, that's why Chevy Chase hates himself.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that the reason why Chevy Chase hates himself?
Part of it.
It's at least 1/8 of it.
I think the root issue is that he doesn't realize that he hates himself. So that's probably a huge part of it. But
oh yeah, that ego is masking extreme self-hatred.
Oh yeah,
the
100%.
The things he has been a part of, like there's no way he isn't. I think he discovered Doug Kenny dead, if I'm not mistaken. I think they kind of talk around it in a lot of things, but they went on that vacation where Doug Kenny died. So who's going to be the one to likely discover Doug Kenny?
I don't know anything of that. That's something I got to look into later. That's interesting.
Yeah, they even end that National Lampoon movie that Netflix put out with Doug Kenny and Chevy Chase going on holiday in Hawaii.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that documentary because I don't have Netflix. I won't pay for it. I don't know why, but Netflix is where I'm like, no, I will not pay the ridiculous.
No.
I literally only pay for one.
Yeah. I pay for one, but it includes three. So HBO, Hulu, and Disney. Although HBO and Hulu are the same
Disney
now.
Plus,
so, yeah. But I use those, and I remember last time I had Netflix, which was years ago at this point. There was just so much crap that I was like filtering through, trying to find something to watch. And I'm not saying that there isn't anything to watch, but over the last few years, whatever I missed out on, I could probably sign up for a month and burn through whatever I wanted to see in that amount of time. So maybe I will at some point, but maybe I'll wait and see if I can find a free month offer or something like that and use a different email address. Because they already wiped out my list. They kept trying to get me back going, like, we're going to erase your wish list or your watch list. I'm like, go ahead. I wasn't planning on coming back.
You're so goddamn manipulative with that shit.
Right? Right? Anyways, you guys ready to get going for...
Yeah, I've been ready.
All right. Cool.
A 15-minute long episode.